And we start with a reflection on the significance of Juneteenth during the year we celebrate the nation's 250th anniversary. We'll talk about what it represents not only to African Americans, but also a nation at large. With Marion Ransell Dobbins, a public historian and ethnographer who joins us today. Welcome.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me come.
Of course. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth to you too.
Yes, thank you for being here. We would love for you to share the significance of Juneteenth with us and our viewers.
You know, Juneteenth is such a special time. It started from Galveston, Texas, when the enslaved there were told that they were free 2 years after emancipation. So it was June 19th, 1865 that they learned that they were free. So that celebration started then and it has continued to this day. And now it's a federal holiday, which is a wonderful thing. The tradition to be able to come together to honor those who came before us, the ancestors, to think about or reflect of what we have today, and then go forward about what we need to do for tomorrow, really represents Juneteenth.
Yeah. And Marion, how do you celebrate Juneteenth? I see that you are dressed in a certain type of clothing. Tell us what you are doing today.
Well, today, this is about an 1860s, 1865 attire for just a working person. Today, I was at Sully Historic Site in Fairfax County, and we were doing our annual Juneteenth program. This is the 4th annual, so hopefully we'll have a 5th. Yeah. About 300, 400 people were there. My part was to give libations to all those who had been enslaved on the property. We know that in 1725 there was 100 people enslaved on that plantation. So what we did was the names that we knew, we took each name and we said their name and we put it out into the ethos, and then we took some water and we poured it on the ground and we said Shateb, which means amen. So we were honoring our ancestors who had been on that property, who worked and toiled. The good thing too is that we give also names to the people in the audience, and we have them say the names too. Yeah. So that's a way that we create community, right? Yeah. And it was a diverse crowd. It was wonderful. So it really came together well.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Very powerful.
Very wonderful that you do that. That's a great way to celebrate. How else would you say people can celebrate today, this weekend, or just every day?
You know, I love to say I have Juneteenth moments, right? And I think everybody should have a Juneteenth moment. We think about African American history is not just one day. I mean, in February, African American history is every day. So I look at Juneteenth the same way. And my Juneteenth moment was when I graduated from the University of Virginia, because my mother grew up in Fairfax County, and so did I. And she only had a 7th grade education because Fairfax County did not have any schools, high schools for, their students. So she only had a 7th grade education. So when I got to the age of understanding, she's like, you need to go to college. And so I did. And when I walked across that stage, that was my Juneteenth moment. Yeah. And when my daughter walked across the stage, that was my Juneteenth moment. So I think we can celebrate it by coming together as a community, coming together as a family, and reflecting on what has happened in the past, where we are now, and where we need to go in the future.
Yeah. Marion, I have chills again. You keep giving me chills because your stories are very, very powerful and poignant. I know that you also wrote a book just last year. Tell us about this.
Well, it's the Lost Black Communities of Merrifield, the Pines, and Williamstown. It's about the places that I grew up. It's about the places that my grandmother grew up. I grew up in Merrifield and no longer there. I grew up in the Pines with my grandmother, and Williamstown when she was forced to move there. So it is about the community that was created. It was about how the communities were dismantled through racism. And it's the Pines especially was a 20-acre farm that my grandmother had, and it was right behind Fairfax Hospital. And in 1965, Fairfax County School Board said, you need to leave because we're going to build a school, and we're taking the land eminent domain, but they never built the school.
I see.
So a lot of the Williamstown and Merrifield and the Pines are no longer there, so that's what that is.
Wow, okay. I wish we had more time to talk. I also wanted to talk about the 250th anniversary, but we've run out of time, so you'll have to come back.
Okay.
No, you'll have to come back. It's a great conversation. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. For more on Marion and her book, visit her website at marionhistorian.com.